Miss Rude and Dismissive. The subtle signs of a rude and dismissive female, players. And rudeness can also be a form of disrespect. But let's get into it, players. Number 1. The subtle signs of a rude and dismissive females. She smiles, but it's the way she smiles at you. Most females might not come straight out and tell you that they don't like you, but a subtle way of showing you that she doesn't like or isn't interested in you. Pay very close attention to how she smiles at you. A genuine and natural smile is if her eyes have a bright, glistening and shimmering light and crinkled in at the corners. So if you see a disconnect between her upper and lower face and having expressionless and blank eyes, even if the corners of her mouth are turned up in a smile, that's a subtle way of her not being interested in you, and she's not trying to come off rude. She's not trying to come off rude, but peep the fake smile, players. She's not interested and she doesn't like you, players. Peep the fake smile. Number 2. Friends won't leave y'all too alone. A good clue into your woman's heart can be shown through her friends. If her friends don't leave y'all alone when you come around, that's rude. If she's hanging around her inner circle of friends, and instead of her telling her friends to step away for a few minutes, and they act like they don't catch the hint, now check this. When y'all want to be alone, check this out now. Or her friends just stay around her while you're trying to have a conversation with her one-on-one. That's not just rude. They also have information on you and that she doesn't like you. Now check this out. If she liked you, her friends will get up and leave. But since she doesn't like or respect you, her friends don't have a reason to like or respect you either, players. Now check that, players. Her fake smile and her friends can tell a whole lot, players. Number 3, players. Doesn't ever make any eye contact. Check this. Eye contact can be one of the best signs of whether a female likes you or not. If she's avoiding making eye contact by looking down and all around and not trying to give you her eyeballs, that's a sign she's not really into you, and she is communicating discomfort, wants to change the topic, or she's ready to exit the conversation altogether. Now, since she won't tell you, peep the signs, players. Don't just keep sitting there talking. Cut the conversation short, players. Don't trick with your time. Do not trick with your time, players. Number 4. She ain't into it. Cut it loose, players. She crosses her arms while you're talking, see? Rudeness, a form of disrespect in some scenarios, players. A non-verbal sign is all in the movement in her arms. If you're talking to her and she has her arms crossed, that's a sign she's closed off to the conversation, and that's a reflection of her rudeness. The positive would be if her body language is more comfortable and open, and she's using her hands to speak. That shows that she's interested and engaged in the conversation. Or tapping her feet and bouncing her legs while you're talking is also rude. See? Rude, man. Dismissive. It's dismissing the conversation altogether, player. Rude and dismissive, player. Subtle signs of that, players. Number 5. Answering your questions with 1 or 2 words. A subtle sign of rudeness is to just use 1 or 2 words. In order for a conversation to build, it takes 2 people to add some deepness to their answers instead of being shallow. Go back. In order for a conversation to build, it takes 2 people to add some deepness to their answers instead of being shallow. So if she responds to your answers with yes, no, okay, and whatever, that's a sign she doesn't want to increase the talking time with you. And if she constantly does deep sighs, like that, player, or yawns while you're talking, that's also rude, players. Yawning, deep, yawning, that's rude, players. Number 6. Looks down at her phone or talks on it while you're talking. If she looks at her phone while you're talking, that's rude. But if she's receiving calls, and instead of being respectful and telling those people that she's busy and she'll call them back, but she just answers and talks like you're not even there, that's rude and disrespectful, players. Says a lot about what she thinks about you and a level of respect for you, players. Now check this out. Just check this out, players. A lot of guys will just sit there because the woman is physically attractive or she got some nice assets or whatever like that. Oh, they want to penetrate that night. But you got to check that, players. You got to check that. You got to check it. You got to check it, man. Now I say this, players. I always say this. I brought you out tonight to spend time with you. But if I knew you was going to stay stuck to your phone, I would just left you at home. That's a calm and respectful way to check up, players. And then you want to know what make it even gangster? If you get up and leave. Tell her, I brought you out tonight to spend some time with you. And if I knew you was going to stay with your face and ears stuck to the phone, I would just left you at home. Then what make it even gangster, players, if you just get up and leave the table. Oh, that's gangster. Now, that's gangster, players. You can do either one of the two, players. 7 or both of them. Just do both of them. That's gangster. Number 7. Add to see your whole house. It's natural for a female to be curious to see what the rest of your house looks like when you invite over for a nice meal, but just asking without you offering can come off rude. Now check me out, players. Can come off rude. Now, the biggest mistake most people make is visiting a person's house and asking for a tour around their crib. But not everybody has certain parts of their crib neat and organized to show off. See what I mean? And that doesn't mean she should sneak around if she just asks to use your bathroom. See? Snooping around, sneaking around, being nosy. No, you have to use the bathroom. See? Being nosy, players. The one and only time a female should get a whole tour of your crib is when you want or offer her a whole tour of it. If you only want her to see certain parts, that's up to you. But if you offer it, not just her, for her, players. Now, you offer it. Don't just do it for her now. Number 8, players. Being dismissive. Being dismissive, players. You're just starting to get real deep in personal during a conversation, but as you're really starting to dig deep, she quickly jumps in and says, I've been through that same exact thing. This comes off dismissive and disrespectful, players. A person can appreciate that you can relate and feel where they're coming from without being left alone, but that kindness can be outweighed by you just being self-involved. That's why it's just better to listen to understand, not reply. Wait after they're finished and then reply. That's the best way to handle that, players. You just jumping in. I ain't even got done with the story yet, you know. It could have been I could have started out dark, but then ended light, you know. But she just jumping in, cutting me off. Rude, players. Number 9. Giving out opinions without being asked. Just speaking your mind at times can come off rude. So it's just better to know when it is and isn't the right time or place to just do it. Just to be on the safe side, it's best to just offer your opinions when you're called upon. Or everybody is offering up their opinions, because just voicing your opinions sometimes can come off rude to others. Even can to others now. Sometimes 10, players. Answering the phone. Oh, I hate this one. I don't like this one, players. Hold on, man. Answering the phone while in public and putting you on the speakerphone. Check this out, man. If and when she uses her speakerphone to talk and hear you around others, is very rude. Very rude. Put me on speakerphone. Hold on. When you call, that's supposed to be a private conversation between the two of you, because you just called to talk to her, not everybody else. And it's most definitely even more rude if she puts you on a speaker without you even knowing about it. Now, the respectful way would be to talk to you and tell you first, hey, you on speakerphone. As soon as you call, she tell you, hey, you on speakerphone. That's the respectful way. But just talking to you, man, while you're on speaker, man, come on now. That's rude and disrespectful, man. I call to talk to you, not everybody else. This is for your ears only. Come on now. Private conversation, players. Number 11. See what I mean by subtle signs of disrespect, players? Dismissiveness, rudeness. Number 11. Talking to you on the phone, in the bathroom, or public restroom. It's rude and disrespectful to talk to you while she's holding up a public restroom line and in the way of others who need to use the stalls. See what I mean? Check me out, man. All she has to do is handle her business first and then wait until she's somewhere in private to call and talk to you. Now, check this out, player. If you call her, let her call you back. Now, I had a friend do that, man. She called me talking about her friends went out to eat and her stomach was boiling, so she got to use the bathroom. Like, come on, man. I could have been eating. You just spoiled my appetite. Come on now, man. You got to tell me how. I said it's rude. I'm about to get my grub on. You talking about your stomach boiling, man. Come on now. You either going to do number 1 or number 2 in the bathroom. I know when you say stomach boiling what that means. You about to blow it up. Come on now. You done turn my stomach inside out now. Rude, man. 12. Just say I got to use the bathroom. I call you right back. I get that. 12, players. On the phone while buying things. Are they bad on this, man? Talking on the phone while a person is ringing up her groceries and still trying to text messages. Check this, players. This is very rude, and all it takes is just a few seconds to get the things she needs and just get out of line and on with her business. Now she be out the way and can get back to socializing. That's all it takes, a few seconds, man. Holding the line up, talking on the phone, trying to text, man. The person ringing her up. Come on, man. Just put it on pause and mute for a minute. Come on now, get your stuff and get out of the line. Man, it's rude, man. 13. Doesn't say please, thank you, thanks, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. While out to eat, she avoids saying please and thank you. Not only does taking out a little precious time to add kind gestures to your conversation with people in service positions, it will more than likely get you what you want in return, and that's service with a smile. Service with a smile, players. If she treats outsiders nasty and with a bad attitude, she'll do you the same way, players. And the key to that is, players, you must observe how a person expresses love to others and analyze both what they complain about and request from their partner the most, players. That's the key to that. You must observe how a person expresses love to others and analyze both what they complain about and request from their partner the most, players. That's the key to that. That's definitely the key to that, player. I observe everything. How she treat others, because, see, she trying to impress me, but not the other ones. You see what I'm saying? The outsiders. Just me. So, I'm observing how she treat others, players. 14. Doesn't respond to compliments from your circle of homies, players. She might have a lack of self-esteem or feels she doesn't need to hear nice things about herself, but rejecting compliments outright comes across as rude. Now, check this out, players. I see if it was strangers just out in public, but rejecting your homies' cool and respectful compliments can be rude and make her seem stuck up. All she gotta do is say 3 seconds. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But just rejecting it, man, ignoring it, man, it can come off rude, players. I had a couple do that. Comes off rude, and it does make her seem like she's stuck up. 15. Trying to make someone feel bad about being naive to something, whatever the topic is about, and a person fails to know the answer, doesn't give her the right to make another person or others feel bad about their lack of knowledge on a specific topic or subject, player. See? Oh, you ain't know that? That's rude, man. You ain't know that? Dang, I thought you knew that. Come on, man. He was naive to it. Just because you know what I mean, you got to take that on him. Come on, now. He's naive to it. You know it. Cool. 16, players. She doesn't let a car enter into a lane ahead of her. Now, this is just me, player. My experience. Now, check this out. We can agree to disagree now. Check this out now. Not allowing other people or a person to enter into a lane when she can, and sometimes can come off rude. Now check this out, players. She's in traffic with no way out, and this other car is sitting on the lane right next to her and trying to enter. Isn't going to hurt her, especially if she's not in a hurry and has nowhere important to go, players. That's, to me, sort of rudeness. Now, I just say that, players. That's just me now. That's just me, because man, when we riding, I was with a female, we riding, but man, like I say, just sometimes all the time, just let the man merge in and get in. We ain't going nowhere. She just, man, wouldn't let dude in. I'm talking about all the time we was out. She never let nobody merge in, man. We ain't going nowhere. We just cruising around having fun. Let the person merge in, but she wouldn't, player. And I observed that, player. That's a selfish act also, players. Rude. Like I say, sort of rudeness, players. 17. You must observe everything, player. Analyze both what they request and complain about, players. 17. Fails to introduce you when you and your man. Hold on, players. Go slow with this one. Fails to introduce you when you and her are out and put it together, and the people she knows walks up to her to talk to her, and you're sitting right there. Now you sitting right there, and she fails to introduce you to them. Man, that's dismissive and rude, players, and it just shows you how important you is to her, player. Now, y'all out in public. The people she knows see her, they come to talk to her, and she talking, and then they introduce you to them, players. That's a subtle sign of rude and dismissiveness, player. Rudeness and dismissiveness, man. Disrespectful too, man. It shows you how important you is to her, player. You sitting right there. She can't just say, hey, this Fred, this is my friend Fred or whatever. Come on, man. Shows you how important she is to you is to her, player. 18. Failing at remembering names. At first, getting used to other people, I see if she forgets your friends or your family's names, but constantly forgetting names of those she often interacts with can come off like they're small, and it's not worth little effort to connect names to a face. That comes off rude and dismissive also, players. 19, that can, man. Come on now. The more you get further acquainted with someone, you can't connect a name to a face now. You can know the man's name. Don't just, come on now. That does make a person seem small. Dang, she can't remember that name. Fred? That's easy. 19, players. Flat out asking people she just met, do they have any kids? Now, players, you can agree or disagree with this too. Asking people, do they have any kids can seem like an innocent question, but check this out, players. But being curious and searching in another person's family situation can come off rude. It's just asking someone who she's not familiar with whether or not they have any kids. You just really never know their personal situations. Like, is the woman or her man struggling to get pregnant? Might have had a miscarriage. Might have had been through a foster home. Could have adopted a child of her own and didn't feel like that was the time and place to speak on it. Or the couple may or may not be discussing it and just wants to work that out between the two of them. See what I mean by that? Now, like I say, they can't come off innocent, But though some people will look at it like that, because you never know what's going on between a personal situation like that. But I'm going to add this on to that too, players. I got one more to add to that. This can be like, it can go, like I say, we can agree or disagree, players. Now, insisting others to drink with her instead of asking them. Now hear me out now. Her ordering some alcohol or champagne for herself is cool. But her insisting that others at the table join in with her as soon as she cracks open the bottle can come off rude. Now hear me out. Asking or offering would seem better. By insisting, she doesn't know if a person is a recovering alcoholic, you see what I mean, in the early stages of pregnancy, or just trying to get clean, cleanse themselves. So, insisting rather than asking others to drink with her can come off a bit rude. Now, I take it as she just doesn't want to drink by herself and trying to be nice, but some may take it as rude. Players, check this out. That was just something I just added on to, but check this out, players. This is about, not just about Tahiri, but I want to talk about Tahiri right quick, players. I saw a clip of the video on World Star with her and Vado. Now, what that does, it shows us like what happens in the dark does, come to the light. So that just gives us a glimpse in what goes on between the walls of Tahiri and Vado. Because man, I could tell by her reaction, it wasn't nothing new. See, I'll take you back. Go back to the movie with Tyrese and Taraji P. Henson, Baby Boy. Now, when he hit Taraji P. Henson, that's the reaction of a man that just hit his woman for the first time. See how he put his hand over his mouth and he was like, man, I shouldn't have did that. You see what I'm saying? How he regretted it, man. He was sorry for it. Right then, he caught himself. See, that's a reaction from a man that did this his first time and he felt sorry about it. See what I'm saying? His emotions got the best on because he kept hitting him and hitting him. Then he just slapped him, from behind. But that was a reaction from a man that hit his woman for the first time. Okay. Now go back to professional running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Rice and his wife. When he hit her on the elevator. Now that was just something that to me that said, hey, they used to getting physical when they fight. You know what I'm saying? Because they both, like they was on that alcohol real bad and they both got tips and they both fight. See, that just showed me that they used to just taking things out on to get physical with each other. That's what that showed me because see, the way he hit her and she fell and he pulled her out the elevator, that's not how you do someone, man, that you just hit for the first time. See, he would have reacted like Tyrese. He would have been like, man, I just hit my woman, man. Dang, man. Let me pick her up, man. Not drag her out the elevator. See what I mean? So, that just showed me that, hey, they get physical on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Because his reaction told the whole thing. See, he dragged his wife out the elevator like a potato sack, man. You don't do your wife like that. You pick her up, man. This is his first time. He would have picked her up, man, off the floor, and then walked her to the room. Not pulled her out the elevator like a potato sack, man. Come on, now. So, that showed me then that they get physical on the regular. Okay, now Tahiri and Vado. Okay, her reaction showed me that they do that on the regular also because see, if he would have hit her like that, choked her. If her reaction would have been, get your hands off me or something like that, man, she didn't do nothing, man. That means that she used to that. They used to just getting physical with each other, man. Now, I'm not saying a man should put his hand on his woman. Now, I'm not saying that now. And neither should she disrespect Vado like she does. But like I say, that's on him, man. He got to check that and put it in place. But he started off, now the way you end is how you begin. He already started off with putting a stick to her, you know what I'm saying? And not giving her the stone. Standing on his principles, checking her, you know what I'm saying? Because she don't respect anarchy, she respect boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's just to me, you know what I'm saying? He started off wrong. He trying to control her with the stick in the hip, but you got to control her with the stones, man, get in her head and break the mental hymen also. From her bad habits, you got to break her from her bad habits also. So, and Tahiri bad habits haven't been broken because she haven't shown me no progression. Other than a woman's physical P, I appreciate a woman's progression in life, her growth, her maturity. Tahiri doesn't show me that at all, man. And she really hasn't experienced intimacy at a high level neither because she used to those physical relationships like that. She liked those guys to control her, swing her around, grab her by her wrist, pull her in inside. She got to call them 20, 30 times and answer the phone. She got to run behind them. See, she's still stuck in that high school mind. You see what I'm saying? Just like Drea Michelle. When she told that dude, she was on that podcast, she said, she was talking about the Megan Thee Stallion situation with Tory Lanez. She said, yeah, I want a man to shoot me in my feet. Shoot. See, expressing love to her is physical. See, she likes those dysfunctional relationships. She has a dysfunctional imprint, and she likes dysfunctional relationships. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tahiri, she has a dysfunctional imprint and mentality, so she likes dysfunctional relationships. They like a man that represents anarchy, not a man that has boundaries so they can grow and mature. They want to stay stuck in that like that little high school childlike mentality. You see what I'm saying? They don't want a guy to be grown and check them. No, they want to run behind a guy, talk bad about him. They talk bad to each other. They get into all kind of arguments and fights, and then they make up with it with makeup, sex. See, a grown, mature, wise man, a pragmatic man that represents boundaries, he's not going to jump in that bed like that with her when they get done fighting. Because, see, when you do that, the problem's still sitting there waiting on you. So he's going to resolve that problem, get to the bottom of it, resolve it, and he might not touch it for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's a man right there. Now, Vado and Joe Budden, when Drea and all them girls like that, mess with dudes like them grown males, see, they'll jump in the bed right after sex. You know what I'm saying? And the problem's still waiting on. So that's what Tahiri and Drea like. You know what I'm saying? See, she going to say, yeah, my man can shoot me in my foot. So that just showed me right there. She likes dysfunctional relationships, and then she likes the guys to just grab on her. You know what I'm saying? That Bobby Brown, Whitney love. You know what I'm saying? Grab on her, snatch her, push her, you know what I'm saying? She push him back. They fuss and get into it. She putting her finger all in his face, and he pushing her hand out the way, and they, you know what I'm saying, on the floor, and then they, you know what I'm saying, get into it, and then they have sex after that. See, that's what Tahiri want, man. That's all it is. So, when Vado got up on it and choked her, and her reaction just showed me that she's used to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just regular stuff that go on. Just like Ray Rice and his wife, with the way he pulled her out the elevator like a sack of potatoes, that was regular. But Tyrese's reaction showed me that was his first time hitting his woman, man, because his reaction showed me everything, player. So that's the way you react when you hit your woman for the first time. Oh, man, dang, I shouldn't have did that, man. Dang, I wish I could take that back. I shouldn't have did that, man. But a dysfunctional woman, man, like Tahiri and Drea, they like those dysfunctional relationships, man. They want a guy to hit them. Show them you love me. Express your physicality to me. You know what I'm saying? Show me. Push me. Don't let me get out this car. Grab me by my wrist or my leg or my arm, and don't let me go. And see, stuff like that, man. See, a woman like Tahiri and Drea, they don't want to experience true love, man. See, when you go out to the sea of love, and the man is pulling their hands out there to the deep blue sea, the deep blue sea of love, see, they want to still stay stuck on the surface. You know what I'm saying? On the shallow water, so they can have good footing. So when the times get real hard, and the man showing them real love, see, they scared when a guy really care about them. That scares them. See what I mean? So that scares them. They don't want a man to just love them and care for them. That scares them. So they don't want to get introduced to the real true side of intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the physical now. So that's what that said to me. Like, before a man can walk them out to the deep blue sea, they would rather look back and see where they can see a part of land, so they can go right back up when they get too scared and times get hard. You see what I mean? So that's what that says to me. Because the Tahiri, man, she doesn't have to deal with that, man. Come on now. She been the dude for when? Since they was young. So they let me know right there, like, you used to this, man. You used to that, man. Because you don't have to put up with that Tahiri. Not for no bag. It's not that important. But that been going on. So she don't want to experience real true love, man. She don't want a man to walk her way out to the deep blue sea and just really make her love herself. She's scared of real love, man. Because a man gonna introduce her to that side of herself that she don't want to get introduced to. And that's gonna make her feel complete and make her want to care about others than just herself. You see what I'm saying? She's used to the physical part of sex, you know, just jump in the bed, a guy cater to her, kiss her butt, you know what I'm saying, have the physical sex, stuff like that, not get inside her head, break her mental hymen, break her bad habits. Her and Drea, you see what I'm saying? They want that physical stuff, man. Just on the surface level. Because, see, when a man take her into the deep blue sea of love, she's scared that she might get drowned by his love. Not to get hurt by him, that he might leave. But she might start getting to a point where he caring too much, and she's scared of that. So, by him introducing her to the side that she want to get introduced to make herself complete, she'd rather just leave that part of that alone. See, she want to look back and know that she got some footing and some land to go right back on, because she's scared if she go in a deep blue sea of love, she'll get drowned in his love, and she don't want that. She's scared of that. See, she's scared of real true intimacy. Her and Drea, they don't want that. So they want a guy that represents anarchy, not a guy with boundaries who's gonna make them the best version of themselves, gonna make them grow up and mature. They don't want that. See, they want to look back and see land, sand, and all that. They don't want to go in the deep blue sea of love, players. They're scared of that. They're scared of real true love, man. That's why they deal with the dudes that they deal with. These dysfunctional dudes in dysfunctional relationships. Don't no real man want to go through that, players. But I just want to break that down, players. That's all. Respect, players.